Okay, cool. I think I'm live now. Oh boy, nothing's set up properly. Oops, okay, give me one more second. I'm just gonna try and figure out why my character is not moving his mouth. Or he's doing it very occasionally. Let's see. Hmm. I don't remember how to do anything. Oh, it was in filters, that's right. Okay. Give me one second. Hello everyone, welcome to the beat brush animation. Uh, oh, people can't hear me, great. Okay, is that better? Is this, is this better now? It says my mic's going in, but, is there actually no noise? Oh dear, I am not off to a great start. Alright, is this any better? Hello? Do I need to like that? Um, okay then. Give me a minute. I'm going to duplicate my mic so it's twice as loud. Oh, okay, never mind. People can hear me now. All right, cool. All right, I just upped my mic sensitivity. All right, let's get going. Also, I'm taking music suggestions, just no copyrighted stuff. So like game soundtracks, all of that. That's cool. Because I do not have my creativity ready, so I'm just gonna put on a random soundtrack and we'll begin. Wait, are my speakers not working as well? Oh my gosh, nothing's working today. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, what am I gonna do today? I'm gonna do this shot. So, I'll show you the... Whoa. What was that? Did something happen? I don't actually know what happened, but I feel like... Yeah, whatever. Alright. So, what we're gonna do today is we're actually gonna do this shot. I'll just play it through quickly. Nice. So yeah, quick shot. I'm not going to do Absol and Ho-Oh, unfortunately, because I need some voices for that. I can do a basic model of them, but I don't know if I'm going to actually animate them today. So yeah, we will see how we go with that, but I am going to do all the background animation. So I'm going to do this background, I'm going to do Accelgor? I can't remember its name. And this one's Escavalier, I'm pretty sure. I don't actually remember what their names are. I'm going to be completely honest. Chat is very delayed and the stream is still very quiet. Okay, let me try and fix that. You know what? I'm just going to swap my microphones. Give me a sec. Alright, is this any better? I switched to my other microphone. Alright, I'll just let chat catch up. I think there is a good, like... what's the word? There's probably a good, like... 30-second delay between my stream and when you guys chat, so I'm just gonna wait a few seconds and just see if you guys think this is any better or not. Okay, good. Alright, cool. It was the microphone then. Alright, cool. I'll just use this one. I bought a new lav mic. Ah, it's still quiet. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna dupe my mic. Alright, this should be a little bit louder. I hope that's a little bit better. Might need to say some more stuff. Okay, well, anyway, I'm gonna start, and if people keep complaining, then I will try and fix that up again. But yeah, my volume is at half. Okay, good. So it seems like people are getting most of what's getting put down, and with echo. What? Oh my gosh, why is nothing working properly? Okay. Properties. Yep, that's right, okay. Dang it. Alright, Alright, you know what? Some people can just... I'm gonna just get rid of this audio capture. Alright. Yep. Alright, cool. Yeah, you're just gonna have to turn your volume up. I'll try and talk as loudly as possible into this mic, but we'll see how it goes. Alright. Anyway, let's get to work. Okay, so, first things first. I will probably need to make the background, but before I do that... Okay, cool. Now it's perfect. Good. We don't have to think about it anymore. Alright, I'm gonna make a background. So, let's go ahead and copy this. What? Now my mouse is not working properly. What is going on? Okay, I've got to go ahead and take this. And then I'm gonna take us to the magical world of... Was it Photoshop? No, I did it in Paint Tool Sci. I'm gonna use Photoshop today, because I want to... I'm not... No, not Paint Tool Sci, Clip Studio. I'm not quite familiar with Clip Studio yet, but... Let's go here, why not? Okay. And then I'll also change the capture of the screen to be... Photoshop, give me 1 sec, okay. Window, change to this one. That's not correct, hang on. Alright, that doesn't work. I'm just going to... I have Skittles, they're really funny. They're good. Oh, by the way, we have a Discord, it's in the description. If you join there, there's a lot of cool people there. You can share your clips and I can have a look at them and give feedback, or if you want to see them like that, yeah. Alright, oh yeah, spoilers ahead for future videos. Alright, I need to find... Where? Alright, I'm just gonna do a full... I don't know why it's doing that. I'm just gonna do a full display capture. Not that screen. This one. Okay. Give me a second. There's a lot of technical errors today. Okay, there we go. Frustrated bird noises. Okay, let's fix this up. So, we got this here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a reference image of my last Unite experience video, which where would that be? You know what? I can be lazy. Okay, gotcha. Excuse the beginner streamer energy, because I actually have no idea what I'm doing most of the time. Okay, give me one sec. No, not that. Alright, there we go. Cool, so I have that there, and now I can, you know what, I'm actually going to make another clipboard. That way I can have this floating so I don't have to have it on the screen with me if I don't want it. Okay. Cool, let's get to work. Alright. First off, I'm going to do these barriers. And then I will get to work. So, from memory, the barriers are kind of like circular, or they're like half circles. I should probably look this up at some point. Okay. Is that the right color? Yeah, it's pretty close. Okay. So I'd like to start with, I guess, bits that I can do first. I usually don't go right in with the line art, but I'm a bit of a rush today, so I'm gonna do a little bit of a low quality background. Give me 1 second, I'm just going to quickly open a picture. Of the map. Does anyone have a picture of the buff section? There we go. Oh, I was pretty close. Okay, so I'm just going to change a few things just to match the reference image. This actually tapers off like that, and then sort of a circle bit here. Okay, so there's a little gap here in between these rocks. And there's a little bit of an extra dip here. And then we'll go slightly off canvas.
Me too. I would love a Gudra battle pass. Gudra has got like one good skin, and it's the Christmas one. And I can't even obtain it anymore. Actually, I don't know, can you obtain it? Or is it just really expensive? I don't remember. I don't really buy skins. It's just expensive, okay. Alright, that's pretty much one barrier done. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, please let me know, because I don't feel like I'm very entertaining by myself. You gotta give me questions, give me facts, give me something to talk about. I rely on you guys for content, come on. The other thing I'm going to do is a round platform. Now, here's where I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do, so I'm going to just sketch out just a floor like that, and just have it taper off like that. Oops. Okay. Have I ever played any of the PMD games? Yes, I played the first one, which I forget if it was red or blue, but I played that on my... I played PMD on my quote-unquote very legal Android version of the Game Boy. And it was great because so I remember I played it a lot, and that was like my game for like a good maybe I want to say I played it for like a good 2 months, and my parents took me to one of their friends' houses, and I made the mistake of completing the game just before they called everyone out to dinner. So I had beat the game, and I was incredibly teary-eyed and emotional at that time, because yeah, it was the ending of PMD, and so I was holding back tears the entire time. And Mum's just like, dinner's ready! And then I was the oldest out of the group of kids that were there, and I wasn't even playing with the kids, but I came out kind of crying a little bit, and Mum's like, what, did the kids really just bully you? And I was like, no, I cried because of a game. And I tried to explain it to my mom. Mom didn't get it at all. She's like, why are you crying over a game? Yeah, fun memories. It's a good game. I would play the remake at some point if I had any time, but I don't. But I probably will at some point. Have I watched any anime? Alright, hang on, let me go back up. Are you grinding for OO? Not really. I have pretty much not picked up Pokemon Unite since I started Pokemon vs. Power World, and then it was my Discord that sort of re-invited me into playing. So I pretty much just played maybe a total of 6 games with them, and I'm back off, and I'm pretty much just gonna only play it whenever people ask me to. But I have lost so much of the game. I've lost so much of my game knowledge, and it's sort of been at the back of my mind. So yeah, I know pretty much what's happened over the last year, but nothing interesting has happened. So yeah, that's why I'm sort of making this as a send-off. but also because yeah, it's technically our first birthday in terms of we created this channel exactly a year ago. So, and the Pokemon Unite experience was the first video that sort of launched us into being recognized. So, I want to, yeah, I'm going to make a sort of, is that homage? I don't know if that's the right word. I'm making a, I don't know what the word is. What's the word? A thank you? Yeah, I'm just doing this as sort of a, like, yeah, we did this, and this is, words are not working for me today. Dang it. I'm doing this as a sort of a homage to the original, I guess, but also as a send-off, because I don't know if I'm going to be that involved in Pokemon Unite anymore. But the game is still fun, it's still there. I still play it occasionally, but I don't really want to have to keep updating, because there's just not much that has really been happening, unfortunately. But anyway. Okay. Have you watched any anime? Lots of anime. I don't watch very many of the like Shonen Jump anime type things. Just mainly because I don't want to have to invest myself in like 100, 200 plus episodes of something. But I do like to watch a lot of, I guess, a lot of action anime. But more on the not as popular side. I recently started watching Ping Pong the animation, which is pretty good, by the way. It's kind of ugly, but I like it for that. Like, I like ugly looking animes, like one that really try and do their own art style. My favorite movie, or my favorite animated movie of all time, has to be Sword of the Stranger, which is also an anime. But it's one of my favorite and one of my like biggest inspirations. Thank you for... Oh, no problem. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Lapide? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. Welcome, Alejandro. I am so sorry I'm butchering these names, but welcome from Chile. Cool. If you're planning on playing all the PMD games, I can play Super Mystery Dungeon last. Okay, cool. Does, are all the PMD games in the Switch version? I actually don't know. I do know it's a collection of the first and second game, but I don't know if it's all of the games. Someone's gonna have to tell me that. And it has been a while since I've played any of those, so I would have to replay pretty much all of the games from that point. Okay, why is... Hello? Oh, there we go. Not all the games. Sad. Okay. Wait, really? Is it just a remake of the first game? I thought it was, like, all 3 games. Dang, okay. Nintendo really be making us pay for 3 games that already exist. If that's true. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm pretty much just shading in this back thing. So the light source, I don't know. I think it's coming from the back here. I might just have a big sun to depending on how I'm feeling. But yeah, I'm just doing some light shading just to get a rough idea of the just the layout of it. I'm also just color picking the colors that I used in the last video just to keep things consistent. Thank you, Lightning Killer. I am having a good day so far. Well, as good as having several microphone issues and application issues. As good as a day can get. Yeah. I am not a competent streamer. Okay, so it's a remake of Red and Blue with added content. Alright. Cool. In that case, I will probably have to bring out my Android Nintendo device at some point and play those games. Oh, welcome, Ferdo. You're finally here. Let me... I don't know how to do this. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Okay, here we go. There we go. Alright, cool. Yeah, I think unfortunately, with the age of just scrolling, I think a lot of people just repost and they just want to share. Like, I get it, it's a cool animation, but yeah, if people can just learn to have the decency to just send a link to the channel or something, that would help out a lot. But yeah, some people just don't really understand that. I'm doing good. Yeah. I think we're all doing good. Had a little bit of streaming troubles earlier, but you don't have to know about any of that. It's not like it was 30 minutes of just messing or just trying to fix stream errors. No, it was smooth sailing. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave that for shading. I'm gonna undo this bit because that's a bit too harsh. And I'm gonna move on to the highlights, which is my favorite part. I'm just gonna go a little bit brighter than that. Why have you been in a bad mood, Skittles? Who hurt you? Guys, don't abuse your power. Stop abusing your power, guys. Okay. So. I think I am done with that. I'm just going to add a little bit of extra detail on the moss. Let me just double check what it actually looks like. If anyone knows anyone who can, what's the word? Break down the files for like Pokemon Unite, I would love to have actual models of what the like stage looked like from like an actual like either top down or proper like flat angle, so I can actually see what the things look like, because honestly it's quite hard to tell what the actual shapes of these look like just from one angle, and the game doesn't really let you change angles, so there's not much you can do there. Oof, I did not know that the official server got wiped. I haven't been playing online really, I've just been playing solo when with friends, so I actually don't know. But I heard that I did want to potentially make a server at some point, but I don't really have the funds to do that. Cool. No, I have not touched the timeline yet. I'm just still doing the background photo. The timeline will come in soon enough when I'm done with this background, which should not be too much longer, because after this, I can just duplicate this. I can just duplicate this thing to the other side, because it's pretty much the same thing. I don't know what this is called, a barrier. I can just duplicate this barrier to the other side, and then I have essentially two. And then, good. Alright, so what I'm going to do, here's a Photoshop trick. Oops. You can actually group everything together into what's called a smart object. Let me make sure I've got all of my assets. What's this one? That one can be deleted. So if I group everything together, convert to smart object, what I can do is I can then grab this, duplicate it across, flip horizontally. Yep, that's good. Cool. And now what I can do is if I go into this, and if I edit anything in it, say for example I want to add some grass, oops, why is there no grass? Oh, why is the brush so light? Like that, and then just gonna go ahead, fill those in. One more layer. Just gonna go ahead and shade in the grass. So beautiful. Alright. Here's the cool thing. If I save it, bang, I got grass on both sides. And I only needed to do it once. Alright, what has happened in the chat? I have not been looking at. Alright, you guys have just been abusing. You know someone who's been editing the Lucario model? I think you can get the. I found people who've like put the models online, but it's more like the world. I don't know if I can actually just like open the world in a 3D program and just look at the barriers, because that's all I really want to do. Like, the Pokemon are cool and are great for like, I guess if you want to use them for like VR chat or any sort of 3D models, that's cool. But no one really breaks down the environment, because why would you want that? It's specifically built for this game. Like, I want them for a very specific reason of I want them to use as reference for an animation. Everything turned black? Wait, did everything go black for a second? Hang on. I must have missed something. Also, my mods are abusing their power perfectly already, which is great. Oh well. Alright, cool. Let's move on. I might change this to be a little bit softer later, because I'm not too much of a fan of the harsh shadows. But, you know, I can actually quickly there we go. Alright. Oh, I forgot to save it. Whoops. There we go. Alright. Harsher shadows. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do just the flat colors of the background. The good news is that the jungle section is at least all grass, so I don't have to do a tiring job of just doing what's it called? Brick texture, because bricks are like the worst thing in the world to draw, especially on an angle. Hello, Alex. Glad you're watching in school, I guess. But thanks for joining the stream, even though you're at school. Don't let your teachers catch you. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna reuse these. What do you call it? These towers in the background, because I have them exported from when I did X and Y, or the Pokemon Unite experience too. So I can probably import those just to save myself a little bit of time. I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly block out some clouds, and oh, I should probably. Oh, I am doing it on a different layer. Alright, I'm just gonna do a simple sky and a simple ground for now, and that'll just help me get all my colors right. And then I can add a few extra details here and there just to give it a little bit of pop. Okay, so now that that's mostly done, cool. I'm gonna go ahead, just clean up just a tad, just make this perfectly aligned. I might also bring these up slightly. There we go. Okay. You're looking for the what did you feel like playing Power for the first time? When I played Power for I'm pretty sure I have my reactions up on my channel somewhere. Like, it felt janky, but I really liked what they were going for. And then as they kept updating, it just got better and better. And now I'm just stuck playing it. And now it's just my life now. Yeah, it was not what I expected at all. I did not realize it was going to be like a survival crafting game. I was under the assumption... I actually thought it was going to be some sort of tower defense game. But, yeah, I did not realize it was actually going to be survival craft, which... Like, I usually don't like those types of games, but Power World does it so ingeniously by involving your creatures that you catch that I honestly don't mind it. And it's honestly just satisfying to watch your base grow and stuff. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. excited for the upcoming Pokemon TCG. I'm mixed about it. I collected cards for the longest time, and I did also play the online game. So, like, I don't know if I played the original version of the what was it called? I can't even remember. The Pokemon trading card game online. That's right. So I played the original version that was like never where the art style was like never changed from like 2006 or whatever. So it looked dated, but they like had nice graphics and it did the job well. And then the new version came out, and it's like Pokemon TCG Live, I think it's called. And oh my gosh, I could not play it. It's too sterile. It's not fun looking. And like, I like the fact that they give you some cards for free, but they just removed trading. So you can't even trade in the Pokemon trading card game, and that's just like, what's the point? I collect all these nice cards, and I want to play them, and I want to see them with all their effects and stuff, and they can't even put those in the game. I'm too lazy. So I stopped playing. But the live version, okay, the new version looks good. I don't know if it's actually going to have any battle mechanics though, because like from the trailer, it looks like it's just pure collection, which I guess is fine. Like, I don't mind pure collection. I do like the fact that they're like giving some cards like special animations. To me, that's cool. But yeah, I don't know if there's actually going to be any battle mechanics implemented for it. I'm reading chat, I don't know what to look at. Let me go. Love putting the armor on my T-gliding slot. Yes. The T-posing is still an issue, unfortunately, but honestly, it adds character now. Whenever you switch your weapon, your character just T-poses. And for some reason, my character will T-pose before he grabs a ledge. He'll always just T-pose very quickly, and then go into his, grabbing ledge animation. Thank you, Appleburst. Yeah, animation. I wouldn't say animation's hard. It is a process. But I think when you're just doing it for fun, like, I want to turn it into a job, but at the moment it's quite difficult to. I did everything on the same layer. I'm an idiot. Okay, that's fine. I can work with this. I can fix this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna add some shading to these rocks, stone things, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna blend them into the floor. Thoughts on the new Battle Pass? I like it. Like, I've always liked the Battle Pass skins. I've never really gotten any except for, like, I think the only one I've ever gotten was the Espeon one. Just because I played Espeon quite a lot. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll get it. I don't mind the Genshinfication. The one thing I do like from Genshin is I really like the character designs and, like, the world. I just don't like everything else. And how I sunk too much money into that game. I can work with one layer. It'll give it a bit of a varying art style, honestly. It was intentional, don't worry. Okay. Whoops. Honestly, if I wasn't in too much of a financial crisis, I probably would spend money on a battle pass, even though I know I shouldn't. I am a sucker for skins, even though they do not do anything. I just like looking at pretty colors, and that is a problem. Okay. How are we doing? Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you do something on the wrong layer, and I could go back and isolate the things, or isolate the, I can isolate the brush from the background. Not the brush, what's it called? The outline. But I kind of want to just get this over so I can get to animating, which is almost to that point. Okay. Last step, I'm just going to go ahead and just blend everything into the background. I'm going to cheat a little bit and use one of these brushes. This one. Okay, so what I can do is just add a little grassy bits on the side like that. Well, thank you, Apple Burst. It's getting there. It's not quite clean. I can make it a little bit cleaner, but thank you. Well, almost there. Alright, cool. So, next I'm just going to do one more thing, and I'm just going to add a few... What brush? This one. I'm just going to add a few extra little grass strands that just... Whoops. Kind of pop up. And I think that's good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, done. I'm gonna lock these in. And I think I'm going to add one more thing, which... What's that? Why is there a booger here? Go away. Okay. Oops, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna take a short 30-second tea break. Alright, what's chat going on about? Oh, cool. It's just Pokemon Unite strats. Nice. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and do the final part of this background, which I'm going to need to hide this for. Okay, I'm just going to do this barrier at the back. So in the game, it looks a little wonky. So I'm not sure Let's see. Is there a good picture of it somewhere? Nope, there's no good pictures of it anywhere. I guess this will have to do. Let's show you what I'm looking at. Looking at this. That's what I have to draw. Okay, so it's like a circle in and then out. I can probably work with that. Okay, let's go. So I'm gonna get the ground back temporarily. And then I'm going to go ahead and start just doing like a really small, flat kind of barrier at the back. And then we can move on. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to involve the curve. No one's going to notice. Yep. Why did my screen flash for a second? How did I get this color? It's fine, it's fine. I'll just... There we go. Okay. Hello, Valen? Whitey? Welcome. We're currently doing a background, but like in like maybe 15 minutes or so, we'll be able to go into some actual animation. And I can introduce you guys to my best friend, the Timeline. Okie dokie. So, a bit of a sketch. I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit more cracks and brick texture things, just to make it look a little bit more ruined and a little bit more old. Okay, so I think that's roughly what I want. I just realized it's going to be covered up with grass anyway. Oh well. Get my paintbrush, and I'm not going to paint it in because the program... Oh, I'm stupid. There we go. So, I'm doing what's called a clipping mask, by the way, if anyone's curious. And it essentially just helps you to make sure you draw, or make sure you paint without actually going outside of your lines. so it's one of the more helpful tricks to learn. But yeah, if you create a new layer above the wall you just drew, you can actually just go ahead and paint inside that area without having to go over, or you're not going over your line work essentially. I think it's one of the first things you should know when drawing, but yeah, just in case you didn't. It's a neat little trick. Nice. So in Photoshop, if you right click on a layer above, most drawing programs should have this, I'm pretty sure, but if you right click on a layer above a the sort of layer of your flat colors, there's an option called now I can't find it, create clipping mask. So it would be either clipping mask, or sometimes it's called just a mask, but it'll essentially just allow you to make sure that whatever you do on the layers above the current drawing, it won't go past the lines. There. So you can only paint within that. Honestly, if you use pencil and paper, then you are still very good, well off. There's a lot you can learn from pencil and paper that you just can't do, or can't do 100% on tablet. I think, like, there's so many good artists that I know who still use pencil and paper. The hard part is actually capturing it and sharing it. Because I feel like sometimes, if you don't have a good camera, like, you can get all the best art supplies and make the best, like, traditional art ever, but if you can't capture it quite right, and you can't post it, then, yeah, it makes it look, yeah, it doesn't quite capture actually looking at it, if that makes sense. So yeah, if you're a traditional artist, I would actually recommend looking at getting either a good scanner or a nice camera with just some sort of good lighting setup that you can add to your environment. Like, get a light box, or get some sort of what's it called? Get a ring light, maybe? I think that's what they're called. You get a ring light, and then you shine it on your, not directly on your piece of paper, but if you do it to the side, and make sure that your paper is lying flat, it'll actually add some sort of like it adds some nice glow and some lighting to your actual image that you don't actually need to draw into. So like, what I used to do in art class is, if my drawing or charcoal painting or just painting in general had a light source in the picture coming from somewhere, make sure you match it up with a real life light source, so it's looking like it's coming from the same direction. And then make sure you have a good camera, and then if you take a picture at the correct angle, like, top down is usually the best option, but if you have your lighting just coming from the same direction as your lighting in your picture, it just makes it really pop out. And just make sure it's clear, at least 1080p, 4K if possible, or higher. But yeah, I feel like when you're a traditional artist, you need to take into account how you're actually going to take a picture of your art as well to make it really stand out. But yeah. What is my favorite Pokemon? I just default to Goodra now. Like, I say Goodra, I don't know if it's my actually favorite Pokemon, but it's the one I think about the most. I just like I like funny fat dragons, and it was Dragonite, but then purple's my favorite color. So it sort of just went to Goodra. Okay, Last touch, I'm gonna go ahead and add in some mossy bits. I should actually do some lighter greens just to add some variation as well. Yep. Cool. Alright, now I'm just going to add a little bit of light, and I'm going to do this with this thing as well. Just to add a little bit of variation to the... Okay, cool. I'm going to go in here. Oopsies. Oopsies. And do the same thing. Okay, almost done. Oh, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab this grass color and just overlay the tiles so that they can sink into the grass a little bit. And I might just grab that leaf brush that I have. So that it just blends into the background. Cool, alright. Yeah, I think that's... Oh, wait, I still need to add the flowers and stuff. Okay. Oopsies. Not quite done yet. Almost there. I'm gonna group this up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add some grass tufts. Oopsies. Just a little few darker ones. And we put some like pink, like lavenders back here as well. It's too bright. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, last little touch. It's just a little block barrier where the grass tufts are here, so I'm just going to add that real quick. photo's been drawing too much. Yep. Cool, alright. We're almost finished. I'm just gonna quickly... Oh yeah, I just need to add some highlights, and then I'm just gonna blend it in a little bit better to the background because it's kind of sticking out like a sore thumb at the moment. Oops, too much, too much, too much. Okay, I group and take it down. Done. Okay. Cool, and then that's pretty much the background finished. I'll work on the sky a little bit later. But that's all I need to do for the animation. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and save this. Oh, hang on. What is this called? User Experience 3, that's right. I don't remember what scene this is. I think 4. Okay, now when doing your when exporting your backgrounds, make sure you do them, at least for animation, do them in layers, just in case you need to move things around. So I'm gonna start by doing the sky. So we're gonna go here. Oh, I need to make a new folder. New folder. 4. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call this one sky. Hide that. Export. Ground. Hide that. And this one. Oops, that's not the right one. Back barrier? And then I can put these two on the same. What am I doing? I don't know what these are called. Barriers. Okay, and then... Oh, that's it. Alright, cool. So now I should be able to go back into Animate. Let me see if I can... Oops. Change this to... this, and it should run a little bit smoother. Okay, there we go. So, what I'm going to do is first, I'm actually going to go ahead and copy all of these layers. And I'm just going to make a new file. Because I don't want to animate in my storyboard, otherwise I'm just going to cause too many problems for myself down the line. I'm going to paste those layers in a new file. And I'm going to go ahead and just call this shot 2. Give me 1 sec. Wait, no, this is shot 4. So yeah, pro tip for animating, don't do everything in one file. If you do everything in one file, the chances of if you lose something, then you lose everything is very high. And also it just makes everything run a lot smoother, especially if you're working with other people, because then you don't have to send the one file back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You can just break it up into bits and then give each person their work. Or if you just want to break it up so that you can work on one thing each day, you don't have to trudge through a whole file of different animations just to get to the one part you're working on that day. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm first going to go ahead and just call this Animatic, and then I'm just going to put everything that's part of the Animatic into this folder, so I don't have to, I can just hide it and bring it back whenever I want to. I do not want the Ho-Oh and, I don't want the Ho-Oh and Absol there yet. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and import my background. Okay, and then I can do distribute to layers, and then what this does is essentially just puts everything not in order, almost in order. Oh, it was reverse order. Okay, there we go. There we have my background. So, the last thing that I will, oh, actually, you know what? I can do that later. It's not important now. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and, what? Okay. We're going to go ahead and start animating. So first what I'm going to do is let's do the shell creatures. I don't remember their names. You're going to have to remind me. Is it Escavalier? Yep, okay. This one's Escavalier. I don't remember what this one's called. Oh, welcome Silent. Welcome Tony. Ledgerine, welcome. There's lots of new people here. And yes, Pokemon vs. Palworld is very close to 1 million. Should be at 1 mil already. You know what? It's way better than what I expected it to go, so I'm happy. It should be 10 million views. Well, maybe one day. Well, no, I'm very happy where it is at the moment. So I'm in no rush for it to reach 1 million, because I was going to be happy with just... Look, as long as it did better than the Unite Experience 2, which only got about 100k, I was going to be happy. So yeah, the fact that it's already going to reach 1 million is quite good. Okay, let's go ahead and do Escavalier. So, I only need to put Escavalier into 2 parts, being the top part of the head and the bottom part, because I don't think anything else is going to get animated. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to, where is he? There he is. Cool. I'm just going to go ahead and, gosh, he looks very strange. I'm just going to wing it. Why not? Why does this look so weird? I know it's supposed to be like a lance, but it's shaped so strangely. Okay. Okay, that's one part done. I'm gonna turn this into a symbol. Okay, for those of you who want to learn animation, this is a symbol. This is essentially the layer within a layer that you can use to animate different parts of a character. So, alright, let me just first... I'm just going to call you Excaver. I'm just going to first go into this. So, what I mean by that is, for every layer that I make, I'm actually able to move it independently of everything else. So, it's essentially like you're cutting out pieces of a shadow puppet and sort of just assembling them. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean in one sec. How does this work? Oh, it goes in like that. So I'm just gonna type this real quick. Bro, how do you draw this? I actually have no clue how you draw this. I think he's a bit long. Give me a sec. I'm gonna try and shorten him up a little bit. There we go. What program is this? This is Adobe Animate. So, although I think this program's really good for like beginners, just with what's happening with Adobe at the moment, I wouldn't recommend you buy a full subscription. If you have like, if you have a, what's it called? If you have like a student discount, or if you're able to like talk to Adobe to get a cheap version, or if you want to do the Yaha method, if you know what I mean, then I would highly recommend this program if it's just starting out. I'm trying to move away from it in the future just because it is quite limited in what you can do artistically, because you're pretty much just stuck with one type of brush and one type of look, which is just flat colors. So if you wanted to do anything with more like paintedly textures or anything like that, it's quite limiting and you can't really do anything like that. So it's good for making like clean, easy to produce animations, which is why I like it. But yeah. Okay, this is the body. It's a little wonky. I might just fix that up. There we go. Also, ignore my very rough line work at the moment. It's not going to matter in a sec, and I'll show you why. Because I'm going to do something called boiling lines. Honestly, if you're using Flipperclip, you can do some pretty cool stuff. Like, another good animation program to start off is Flipperclip. My brother uses it a lot, and he can produce some really cool stuff. And I do know that the Flipperclip community is pretty good actually. It's one of the nicer communities and more welcoming ones. Like the only issue that I have with it is it's very beginner friendly and it's great for that. And you can do some stuff, but it's quite hard to do more advanced stuff if you want to get into that type of thing. But if you're just starting out, it's a great program just to learn the basics of animation, which is all it really needs to do, and it's great for that. Okay, I'm actually going to break this guy into 2 sections. Okay, let's go into coloring. So, he's only made of 3 parts, and I'll show you why. First, I'm going to just go ahead and color this in. No, it's more pink. It's too pink. There we go. Cool. Alright, now what I can do is I can boil this, I can boil the lance and do this with everything else as well by just going into modify, shape, and I can use this thing called advanced straighten. Sorry, no, advanced smooth. Wait, no, it is advanced straighten. Oops. I can use advanced straighten. What it will do is it will just boil the lines for me. So it's a little bit hard to see, but if I just play it like this, the lines just get automatically boiled for you. So it's just a quick little cheat to boiling lines. There we go. Okay, oh, I've got to turn this into a graphic, so I'm going to do that. Okay, let me just quickly grab the colors, because I forgot to do that. And then a yellow and a blue. Okay. What has Frodo done? What has Frodo done to deserve... Guys, I made you moderators because I trusted you to behave yourselves, but you obviously have not been doing that. Oh boy. Alright, no one's getting banned. Shut up. Photo said no card. Well, unfortunately, Photo, there is Lucario. Okay, Cap can be happy, but shush. Alright, oh, I forgot to boil the lines. Oops. Chat's distracting me. Can I ban Cap? It'd be kind of funny if I can ban Cap. Put user in timeout? Heck yeah. Alright, bye Cap. It'll be fine, he'll be back in 5 minutes. I didn't know I could time out my own mods, but that's great. Moderation activity? Ooh, hang on, I'm just seeing what each thing does. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's get back to work. Oh, also, I realized I did a oopsie. It was not, sorry, it was not advanced smooth. It was called, optimize. Sorry, optimize is the one I wanted to boil the lines. Okay, almost done. Head, and then we're finished. And we can move on to the other snail thing, who I've also forgotten the name of. Wait, where'd my chat go? Oh, there they are. Skittles, would you like a pen? Photo ban Skittles for being too nice. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just do the bottom. Okay. Oh yeah, can a mod ban me? What would... Hang on, I'll ban myself. There we go. I've been banned. And I'm never coming back. Okay, finally unbanned. Wow, thanks Frodo. Thanks for banning me for so long. How could you abuse your power? Okay, let's see, what have I got left? I've got the helmet, and that's it. Okay, the helmet's red. Welcome back, Cap. Hope you enjoyed your little time in the corner. Okay. Gosh, I am not good at line art today. Although, have I ever really been good at line art? Probably not. Bro, why it's so chunky? This is actually awful. Hang on. Boop. Okay. That'll do. Alright. Oops. I messed up. There we go. Okay. So that's oh, I forgot to do the boiling lines. Hang on. Let's go ahead and smooth those lines out. Oh, too much. Okay, here's an example of where it didn't quite work. So I can just drag this across like that. Smooth that out. Okay, that's boiling now. Now this needs to boil. There we go. Cool. Alright, and now we have a funky little guy. Just like that. Okay, I might change the color of just the tip of the lance, just because I think the gray is a little too dark. There we go, that's a little nicer. Alright. Cool, that's Escavalier done. Alright, now I need to find the other one. I don't remember what it's called. Is it Accelgor? Accelgor. Accelgor. I think it's Accelgor. Oh, and then the other thing I'll need to do is I need to add that, the little red particle effects that spin around the bottom of the Pokemon. But that's a job for another day. Or later down the line. Alright, I'm gonna try and speed run this one. This one I'm just going to have as one big asset, just because, he's gonna blow up. So I don't need to be as Is this the same like with? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Bro, he's so grumpy. How do I draw this? Why is he so grumpy looking? Okay. Let's go ahead and finish off that. Okay. Cool. So, what now? Gonna do the body and looks like a bit like an ice cream. I don't think I've ever seen this Pokemon outside of Unite, gonna be honest. Okay. Oh, and then he's got like little. What is it? It's the scarf? Alright, I need to animate the scarf flapping, so that'll be fun. Let's go ahead and give him some color first. Oh, my throat is killing me. Give me 1 sec. Okay. What did I miss? Not much. Pretty much we finished the background, and now I'm just doing the buff mons? I don't know what they're called. I'm doing the snails. Hello, Resh. Welcome back, I guess? I don't know who's here. I don't know who's new and who's not. I can't keep track, and I've only got 20 viewers. Tells you a lot about my personality and how I cannot keep track of who's come and who's gone. Oh well. It'll get better. I hope. Let's see. So, I'm just gonna paint in... I'm not gonna pronounce his name right. I'm not gonna even remember what he's gonna be called after the stream. Accelgor. I'm gonna finish up Accelgor, and then I'm going to do the fun part, which is animate the Intellion. Oops. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to boil him. Oh, for those who don't know what boiling means, it essentially means that with every few frames, the line work changes as if it's been drawn on twice. Okay, this did not work as planned. Give me 1 sec. So essentially, when in motion, it give me a sec. Why does it do that? It looks like it's jittering a little bit, and it just gives it a little bit more life and a little bit more movement. If you've watched Ed, Edd and Eddy, you'll know what this thing is, because they do it a lot in that show. Every character moves like crazy, and I like it. It gives it a little bit more life, and it gives it a bit of a unique style. Usually what they would do is they would have to redraw every line twice, but we can cheat because we're drawing digitally. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the scarf things. So I'm just going to wing it with this one. Because I can't be bothered to draw everything twice. At least not today. Dang, that's awesome. I can't see your name, sorry. Is it Ledgerine? Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, one thing I forgot to do is... Oopsies, what am I doing? Should probably make this a separate symbol from the... other one. Okay, so... now I can in between here and here and here to here, like this. Okay, so I think that's pretty much gonna look decent. I might slow it down slightly. Okay, almost there. So I'm not super happy with this ending flap right here. So what I'm gonna do is you can actually bring this over to your last frame and you can essentially fix up your first frame to make it flow just a tad better. Like this. And then that way, when I play it back, yeah, it looks a little more natural. So I'm just gonna do a few in-betweens, not too many. I think just the start needs one more frame. this needs an in-between here. So essentially when you're animating, if you think that something's going too fast or too slow, or you feel it just snaps too quickly, you can just use that as a... what's the word? You can use that as sort of like a sign that you might need to add an extra frame there. Okay, now to me, this does not look right. I feel like it's going a little bit too heavy on the overlap. Okay, let me just quickly change something. Just so it's a little bit easier for me to see what's first and what's last. So, I feel like this going down up to here was not shown quite well enough. So what I'm going to do is essentially draw the in-between a little bit closer to the start of this part of the animation as it goes into that part of the animation. Okay. So it's not 100% what I want. I think I want it to flap up a bit more. So I'm going to just go ahead, skew these that way. And then I'm just going to bring this over here and essentially bring that up. Bring that up like that. And then this is going to change and go out like that. Okay. Cool. All right. I think I'm happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this garbage. Put this garbage in instead. And then I'm going to grab the color here. And I'm just going to quickly paint in everything. Hopefully this shouldn't take too long. Ooh, there's a hole here somewhere. There. Oops. There's a hole. Okay, there we go. All right, and I'm just going to grab the shadow color and just fill that in. And done. There we go. All right, cool. I've got my scarf. I'm going to copy it across. How many... Actually, you know what I should do? I should probably have these as two separate layers because I don't want them to overlap. Also, did the music stop? What happened? Keep going. Alright, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually copy and paste this, and then there's this neat little feature where in order to make it look like you've got two separate things going on, you can actually just duplicate it across, but make it a start at a different frame. So usually the halfway mark, I'm going to go, yeah, let's do frame 10. And then to... Oh, you know what? I forgot to color in his eye. Is his eye white? It is. Okay, good. Just double checking. And to give it more depth, to make it look like it's not quite... Oopsies. To make it look... Because the scarf is the same color as his body, so what I'm going to do is I can actually go into here and just adjust the brightness down very slightly on both of them. Just so it looks like it's a little bit further back than it actually is. And then when I play it back, that little scarf doodad, and then like that. Okay, the only thing that I've noticed is that the line thickness, oopsies, why is it up there? The line thickness is quite a bit different from this. So you know how this is like really thick and this is like really thin? So I'm going to try a little bit of a cheating way to fix that up. Actually, add a stroke. Oopsies, that's too thick. Onto the lines, just to make it look a little bit thicker. I think I need to go slightly thicker than that. There we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and add that set every frame. Oops. And now it looks slightly more in place. Alright, I think I might actually skew this one that way a little bit more. Have it flowing up like that. There we go, that looks good. Alright, cool. Oh, so now let's go and move on to the fun part, which is Intellion. So one thing I am going to do before I go ahead and animate Intellion, or start animating him properly, is I'm just going to quickly do a rough sketch of him standing up straight, just so I can get his height consistent throughout the entire thing. So it doesn't need to be 100% on point, but it's just so that I can refer back to what I want him to look like and his size and stuff when I'm in the middle of an animation. I just need to get his size correct. Bit of a lanky guy. Alright. And then his legs. Bro, how do his legs work? Okay, hang on. Just make sure that looks correct. Okay, maybe I'll make him a little bit thinner. Bro, I think he's Gru from Despicable Me. And then the tail. Okay, I'm just gonna have his hand out just so I can get a reference to what the hand looks like, or how I want to consistently draw the hand. So I should have done this in like a red pen or something just to make it a little easier to see, but oh well. Okay. That is roughly the size I want. I'll worry about the cape and the tail last, but I just needed to do a warm-up drawing and also just to get a guide for his size. So, because he's in the background, it's not going to be 100% size accurate. Let me just double check how big. Okay, so it's going to be that big. So if Intellion's that size, that should be alright. I'm just going to mess around with the positioning of these two. I have them. Not exactly sure. I can have this one back a bit more. Like that. Okay, I think I'll have them there. And that way. If I have the Intellion's head pop out here, I think he'll be in frame for most of it. Alright, cool. So I'll just have these guys here as a reference. But with that, let's get animated. Oops. Alright, bye L Superstars. Thanks for joining. He's probably gone already, but oh well. Oh, I just realized this cape is not on the same frame rate as this one. Why is that? Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. Oh, it's because it's got a 2 frame in there. Oh, whoopsies. That should be 3. Okay, now it should play at the same time. There we go. No, it's also not working. Oh, that's 4. That should be 3. There we go. Okay, now I fixed it up. Okay, let's start animating Intellion. I'm gonna put him over here. And yeah, okay, cool. Let's go. So, because I'm going to essentially just clean up this reference animation, let's work in purple for now, just so it's easier to see. Alright, I'm essentially just going to do all my keyframes first, which is all of the frames that are like main motions. They don't have to be 100% accurate, but they have to just get the idea across of what's happening. Is there a front profile view of Intellion somewhere? Actually, that's close enough. There he goes. Whoop. And then I might have him just pop his head up for a little bit longer before he vaults over. And maybe even blink. Goes down. Okay, this one I'm not going to add too much detail because I just want to get the arm length correct. Oopsies. Okay, I'm way off model now. Let me bring this boy closer. Okay, and then got his legs up like that. It's roughly the size. I should make the legs a little bit longer. Oops, I don't want you. Okay, and then the landing. Kind of like this pose, so I'm gonna keep it. Maybe, instead of both arms on the ground, I have one arm up like this. Everyone's going to bed now. Alright, sleep tight, you guys. I probably won't stream for too much longer, because I have somewhere to go as well. But I'll try and get all the animation for Intellion done at least, and then I'll be streaming again tomorrow, so I can possibly do the coloring and outline then as well. Alright, these legs need to be extra long. There we go. That looks funny. Blank frame there. Then he will jump away like the little frog boy he is, even though he's not a frog. This one will be interesting, because I think I might need to actually do this frame first. I'm just going to quickly draw an arc, just to help me... see where he needs to go. Yep, alright. This little thing here, this line, will essentially tell me where Intellion needs to be when doing his jump arc thing. So, he'll be here next. His body will be elongated here. Mimic how he lands in his battle pass animation. I don't actually know what his battle pass animation looks like. Okay, because this is a quick action, I'm going to have 2 frames here. Now, this one's going to be interesting because he's going to be at a bit of an angle, but I want his legs to sort of collapse in this way. And kind of like that. And then also when you roll, you want to roll onto your arm like this. So he's going to bend his arm like this. That looks extremely silly, but oh well. Go on his back for this next one. I want him to do a low roll. So his back's gonna come into contact with the floor here. Oh, I'm just gonna hide. There we go. Now I can see. I'm just going to have him look like he's flailing a little bit, so I'm just going to have his legs not quite follow through just yet, and they'll come an arc over. So as he's rolling down, his arm's going to be... let me double check. Is this correct? Yep, so his arm's going to be around here, because it's going to come over. And then this arm is going to stay here. So he should actually be a little bit further ahead. Because if he's rotating on his arm pivot, he should be coming from around here. And then his hand would be here. Oh, he's so lanky. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this last pose first. I'm going to quickly grab that... Where'd he go? There he is. I'm going to grab that Intellion, put him here. I'm just going to make him bright red so I can see him. And yeah, that's roughly the size that I want him to be in. So, let's go ahead and grab that purple that I had. Oops, this needs to go out a little bit further. Alright, Belligerine, I'm so sorry I can't pronounce your name. Okay. So, the one thing I forgot to add in this thing is the neck. So the head's probably going to be up here. The neck goes down like this. And then we need the thumb. Actually, you should probably have his fingers like that. Okay, I actually want his back to be like that. So I'm gonna, oopsies, go away. Just gonna go and grab this arm. We're gonna have to make it point a bit lower. And then gonna make this leg go out all the way here. Thanks for staying up so late for me, guys. You guys don't need to stay up this late if you don't want to. It's just a fun little stream. You can come back and watch it. You can come back and watch the VOD later. Okay. I think this is funnier if he's got his arms all the way up here. Okay. It's pretty close to what I want. Dart his eyes left and right. don't want to, you say this. That's true. I am beginner streamer, I don't know what to say. Yeah. Tails are very fun to draw. When animating though, they're a huge pain. They're fun, but you always do them last just because they sort of have a mind of their own, and if you animate them while you're doing your actual animation as well, because you can't, unless you're some animation god, it's really difficult to focus on both the animation of the character you're doing and the tail as well. Hair is the same. Usually I will animate hair after I finish the thing. And capes. Yeah, long flowy hair, capes, and tails are always things that you animate last. And you do what's called straight ahead animation, because it will make it flow better. Unless the tail is doing something important that needs to be done at a certain time, usually you just animate straight ahead with them. Okay, so Tillion's leg's gonna go like that. Actually, I can probably move them a bit closer. And then all I'll do is I'll just... Flowy things are animated last because they aren't bones of the things that are animated, right? Depends. So, the flowy things are usually animated last because, again, it takes too much brain power, at least in 2D animation, because it's hard to animate a character doing a thing and also think of the physics behind like how a cape would move. So usually you draw the character first, and then it's easier to say, like, okay, for Intellion in this instance, I'm not doing the cape or the tail because I don't know where the tail will be in this shot. Like, I could just go like, oh, the tail will roughly be like here. But then if I go ahead and go back here, I don't know if I can make the tail perfectly follow that line. Whereas because the body, I know what the shape of the body is going to look like, because it's not a free flowing thing. It's much easier for me to position where the limbs and stuff are going to be. Is it easy to animate Dragonite? Honestly, in the Pokemon Unite experience, Dragonite was literally just a blob, so he was very easy to animate. In PvP, he was one of the more difficult ones just because of his tummy. Because his tummy has a bunch of stripes on them, it just means that with every frame I had to make sure that the stripes were in the same place each time, which was probably the hardest part of Dragonite. Also, he had those little head antenna things, which those had to be added in last, and following through with those was not very easy. In terms of like his body shape, he's one of the more interesting characters to work with because he's quite a he's quite a chunky character, which I love him for that. But in terms of having him move in a nimble way with like tiny wings, there's things you have to accentuate to try and get those movements to feel flowy and make him feel really powerful. So like his wings, for example, they're tiny when he's just standing still, but when he's like flying off into the distance and stuff, I made sure to make them a little bit bigger than they normally are, just to make his wings look big and make sure he has it looks like he's putting a lot of power behind them and stuff like that. But yeah. Okay, we're almost done. Just got a few more frames to go. And I have his arms back even more, like that. And then I'm gonna have him pivot on his feet like this. Oh yeah, when animating a character in full body, make sure that you have their feet always anchored in the same spot. Feet are like one of the hardest things to animate because you sometimes want them in positions and then you can't really figure out how they get there. The trick is to just make sure you place them in positions where they can be sort of moved around. So, for example, if I've got a foot anchored here, it means that this can essentially move in all these directions like that. So this leg should actually be a little bit higher because of that. So I usually, don't do this, but when I animate, I usually do the second pass stage. So usually when you animate, you do a first pass stage, a second pass stage, and then so on and so forth. So like usually what you would do is you would draw the animatic, which is just a rough sketch and a rough idea of what you want to animate. And it's just to get the idea across of this character is doing a thing, and it's easy to tell exactly what they're doing. Then you would do the second stage, which is your keyframes, and then you would clean up those keyframes, and then you would send it to your, you would send it to whoever's doing the line art, and then you will, color, and then effects and stuff. In my case, I completely skip the second stage and just go straight into line art, which I don't recommend doing. But it essentially cuts out the process of me having to go back and draw on top of everything again. But the downside is it makes everything look a bit sketchy and a little bit unfinished, which is always the vibe I sort of go for whenever I do an animation like this. But like, yeah, if you want to make something look professional and look good, I would not recommend doing that. The only time I ever do it is with my fight scenes, just because I want those to look good. And it also means that I have to spend an extra 10 to 20 hours doing... I also have to do an extra 10 to 20 hours of work just to make them look extra crispy. Is your choice of Pokemon, of which Pokemon to animate, affected by difficult they are to animate? Depends. With the Unite experience, no, I just drew... I chose the Pokemon there based on if they were broken or not. In this one, like, I was planning on potentially doing, what's its name? Dang it, I can't remember its name. What the legendary from Pokemon Violet. Crap, the motorcycle. I actually can't remember its name. I'm gonna get cancelled. But yeah, essentially, I was gonna do that one, but legendaries, especially in Pokemon, are quite difficult to draw. I know with Zacian in the Pokemon Unite experience, I cut so many corners just because Zacian has way too many elements. Miraidon, thank you. Yeah, I was gonna add Miraidon, but Miraidon, I think, just has way too many bits and pieces for me to animate, so I'm like, no, I'm good. Alright, I'm just gonna go straight into the roll. So this one's gonna be difficult because he's gonna pull a gun out at the same time as when he rolls. But as for my choice of Pokemon in Pokemon vs. Pal World, I just did the ones that looked similar to Pokemon. Or people were calling out for being copycats because I thought it made it funnier. I would have loved to animate like a Chillet, but Chillet, I guess Furret is the closest thing, but the size difference and also Chillet is just... I feel like Chillet's unique enough to be called its own thing, whereas the other ones are a little bit more sus. Yeah, Miraidon is pretty. There are a lot of pretty Pokemon that I would love to animate, but without having... But, like, yeah, with having essentially no budget, and I don't really want to learn how to draw some legendaries, because, oh, they're going to be tough. Like, even Mewtwo Y, like, Mewtwo X and Y, like, they look simple, but they were a huge pain to animate. They had so many elements to them, and so many little details. Mewtwo Y had the little hair thing, or the hair blob, I don't know what it's called. And that was an entire process that I had to go back and animate after I had finished animating her. Especially when it like whipped in front of the face. It was just really hard to keep track of. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so now is the fun part. When he pulls out a gun. So I'm actually quite a big fan of the snappy motion that he does when he pulls out the gun. Let me just quickly grab him. Whoops. Where am I? Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm actually quite a big fan of the snappy motion I've done in the what's it called? The animatic. So I'm probably gonna keep that. I'm just gonna make the proportions a bit better. I'm also gonna have him lift his head up like this. Okay, I'm also just gonna spread this out slightly, and I'm just gonna add one more frame in between here. reach behind him. And sort of just magic the gun into existence. How does this work? Hang on. She's facing backwards, so he needs to go this way. So a few more frames here. And then... Usually animate. Oh! Why are my speakers doing that? Aegis Slash. Aegis Slash is really cool. Like, he's just a sword, but... he's got eyes, right? You could probably just put some googly... Not googly guys. You could put some eyes, or make them... I'm pretty sure you can, like, do some more expressive eyes on the Aegis Slash. Like, Intellion usually never raises an eyebrow, and he just keeps it down like this. But you can always add eyes and give him some eyebrows. Like, honestly, eyebrows are like one of the most expressive parts of the human body. Like, you can usually read what a person is thinking just from their eyebrows. So I highly recommend just adding some eyebrows to things. Is just, it makes it really cute and gives them a lot more personality. How do you hold a gun? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna... There we go. The gun, actually... Okay. There we go. That looks right. I'm not gonna worry too much about the hands at the moment. And I think I'm also gonna see if I can just force the head to sit a bit lower. Like that. And then like that. And then lastly, his legs. Might actually have to make the gun a little bit bigger to fit his new size. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna quickly play back what I've got at the moment. Oh wait, no. This one needs to move my head a little bit. Okay, it's not gonna be the smoothest thing in the world, but we'll give it a watch. I don't need this. Alright, almost there. messed up a few frames, so let's quickly fix that. This. Let's remove, I think. Okay. If you didn't know, Italian gets cared for the first time, his crit stat goes from 2 to 3. Oh, okay. You can do... Apple Burst. What you can do is, look at Mike Wazowski's eye. If you want to get an expression, look at, just maybe search like Mike Wazowski angry, because he's got one eye, and I'm pretty sure he can express some emotions. You can try that. Alright, catch you later, Apple Burst. I'm almost finished as well, like, I've only got like 3 or 4 more frames to go, and then I'm also done. Okay, I don't want to change that, I just want to change the gun size. Alright. And then he puts the gun away and then does his little dive again. Okay, so. This one's easy. Oh, where's mine? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Why does it disappear? Hang on. Oh, I'm stupid. Because he's not extended. There we go. Okay, I've made the head a little bit too big. And in here as well. I've also made it too big. Should be closer to that. You know what? I could just duplicate this frame. Okay. And then we jump. I'm gonna have him curl his neck up. My drawing ability's gone to crap. Alright, give me a sec. I need to work out what's happening. Okay. Crouch. This. And yeet off. Alright, cool. And I think with that, that's all the Intellion frames. Let me just make sure. Okay, so I'm just going to go quickly through it all now and clean it up, just to make a few of the motions a bit smoother. Alright, pretty close. I'm gonna cut it there. Okay, so I think he's a little bit too small in this one, so I'm just gonna make him slightly bigger. I think he can jump a little bit further in this frame. Make the roll a little bit longer, and I'm going to make him just look around a bit longer. I need to add one more frame in between here, so what I'm going to do is just have him snap this way. More time before he does the roll. And I also need to change the head size because he grows. His head goes a little bit too big in this shot. Frame. Blech. There we go. And then I'm just gonna cheat and have him skew this way. Alright, and I think with that, that's the keyframes done. Pretty much. What is this? This needs to go up here. And I can just hide the gun, and I'll add the gun later. No, this is supposed to be Absol telling This is supposed to be Absol telling Ho-Ho to get out of his jungle. This is my jungle. I'm the jungler. I'm supposed to take the buffs, and Ho's like, no, but I'm the X-Mon. I'm the new meta, or whatever. And then while they're arguing, Intellion just pops out of the back, just steals their jungle, steals their buffs. Alright, but I think that's about it. Yeah. I don't know what else I can do without it going for another 5 hours, so I might end the stream here, but thanks for joining. Also, you can join our Discord in the description. Yeah, that's all I really gotta say. Thanks for watching, guys. Alright.